production now, and they wanted to know why. They're like, how do you do it?
How's she hanging in there?
Exactly. After all these years.
You can get caught up in the bureaucracy of an organization. You can get caught up in the day-to-day grind of a job. But when you remember that the work we do is for people who need us and people who benefit from our being there, and that their lives wouldn't be as good if we weren't there, that's what I would tell them to remember.
A lot of really personal things happen when folks are out on the street and when folks are using drugs and folks are injecting. And it's hard to not take those internally and make them personal for you. They're personal for the other individual. For the person who's going through it, it's very personal. Now that doesn't mean to be completely detached from the person. It's great to empathize with them. But you can't take on somebody else's pain and survive for very long in this field, because there's way too much pain and heartache out there. And you really have to stop and look at that and say, am I taking on that person's problems, or am I helping them with them? Because when you just take them on, you're not really helping them.
My longevity is partially due to the fact that when I'm able to help someone get housing, one person, I have to take great joy in that. I have to celebrate and be very happy about it. And sometimes all we can do for a person is give them a shampoo kit and wish them the best of luck.
You cannot control others. That's been the hardest thing for me, is the fact that you can give them all the information in the world, but you can't make them apply it. You can't make them, adhere to it. All you can do is give out information.
Remember your passion that got you into the work, and when the passion runs out, then look for other work.
And if the work is not done, it'll be there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. You have to find that one thing that motivates you to do better, to help people. That's how I get through.
I really tell them that they and their families come first, that this is just a job, and they can't do their work if they're not well.
Not even just caring for yourself, but also developing yourself. Caring is a really good thing, but if you don't do things to help expand your mind, to help expand where you want to be, you're just sort of treading water.
I think it's just pacing yourself and really prioritizing your time.
Just to try to stay focused on trying to do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
I know it's really tough in order, you have to multitask and things, but trying to stay focused on one thing.
Realize that you are no longer having them come into your environment, you are going to their environment. So you're going to see them in their most rawest of stages, drunk, belligerent, passing out. And you have to learn how to deal with them, and not only deal with them, but deal with them in a polite way to where you actually get some services to them to where they benefit from the encounter. So
every individual has their changing points, and it's not up for us to change that individual. They're going to have to come to grips with it themselves. And one way to understand that is just to know that you cannot change the world by yourself through one person, but you can help push that person in the right direction. If they're not going that way, then you need to let that go and say, okay, well, this person just necessarily isn't ready for change, but hey, I'm right here, I can give you information. And that's the thing that helps me out is, all right, well, this person isn't here to change yet, but I know that they know I'm right here.
Know yourself.
Just to see someone's face light up because you helped them out, there's no monetary value that could ever be placed on helping someone's heart like that.
At the jail, whenever I go in to the women's pods, one or two women will come up to me and say, "You were my baby's doctor."
Yeah.
And they're back in jail,
Yeah.
in orange uniforms, and they'll pull out the pictures of their kids who are now 8 years, 10 years,
Yeah.
15 years old,
Mm-hmm.
And it's, it's a great reunion, but it's also sad
Really
that they're
depressing.
still in jail or back
Yeah.
in jail. And that's something that's built into the work we do.
Being aware of your privilege and being aware of your fortune in life can keep you from becoming burned out.
really nice when you can turn around to someone and say, all you need is an ID, let's walk down to motor vehicles and we can get you a picture ID, you know. But it's really being able to work with people to make and affect real change in their life that's really rewarding. At the same time, that can be really stressful, because what I may want and what I see someone wants to do may be completely different from what they need to do. And so sometimes it's that basic harm reduction philosophy of saying, what does that person need at this point in time? And not trying to put my values of what I think they need or what I see they need to do.
I was at a national meeting, and a woman was dressed, was behind a table representing a not-for-profit organization, and she was dressed very professionally, and she said, "You took care of my baby."
Oh,
you know, and this woman, 15, 20 years ago, was a heroin addict, and now she's helping other people. And it was fabulous.
I've been doing this for as long as I have, and only recently I found myself experiencing burnout. I think what's helped me with burnout is passion.
What really, I think, comes through are the times when the clients tell you that you saved their life. That's always probably the most sought after words you can get to keep you from burning out, is a client's words about how you helped them.
I was talking with a friend the other day, and she said that her happiness, if on a scale of 1 to 10, she was happy at a 2. And I thought about it, and I was sad for her, and I also realized that I'm happy at like an 8 or a 9 currently. And so I think that is what my benefit is that I'm really happy. I dig what I do. I really like it. In all aspects of my life, I've created my life so that I'm very happy. If I'm not, I change it. The biggest benefit of that is then that I'm happy. And that's really my goal. That's what I want. I want to be happy in this life. I think it's short, and that's what I'm going for.
Sure. That's kind of why we wanted to do this. We're just interviewing people with all these
Who's this, honey? I've always been good at taking vacations.
You have to work weekends, and you have to work. You have to work at an airport. You have to work at an airport.
Everything happens for a reason. Shut up.
Okay.
What motivated you to
Yes, you can pay me now.
I need somebody to do my self-care for me. Can I get that?
If you could give a new person entering this field one piece of advice about longevity and preventing burnout, what would that be?
Run! Run as fast as you can!